Hey, I'm Carlos Garcia, and today we're going to review the Calumet 15, 16, 17, 18 versus each other in a blind lineup. I was like, what's the next word? Anyways, but first, let's do a giveaway, and this is a good one. A lot of people enter this one. All right, so this one is for the top 4 August part 1. This is the one that has the Abraham Smith Bowman that everyone wants. Also has my Angel Envy pick in there that I did with a local liquor store. I sent out a few of those bottles. If you're interested in one of those Angel's Envy bottles and don't win a free sample today, just email me. Email is in the description. Some people commented and they email me. So just the email in the description if you want one. We'll arrange that for you. So let's do the giveaway for the 2-ounce samples of all of those. MC Richalot 12. Don't recognize the name. Hopefully you're watching this video. Emails in the description. I'll get those out to you. All right, these are all blind to me. I did break my B glass for my clear Glencairn, so I'm gonna order another one. So if anyone actually wants one of these Glencairns with my logo on it, I'll get some without the letters on it. If you want one, they're not cheap, but if you're interested, I'll figure out pricing, but I figure I'm gonna order one. I'll probably order a set of blue ones because those look fantastical. So let me know if you want a logo Glencairn, email me and I'll put one like order all together. I'm sure it'll be cheaper if I buy more. So I figured I'd throw that out to you guys. All right, nose on A. A lot of cherry and oak, a lot of vanilla, very sweet, very intense. Like as soon as it hit my nose, like I immediately knew there was, cherry, vanilla, oak. Now those are the common notes on the Calumet line. And a lot of people are saying, why would you spend $500 on the 18-year-old when the 16-year-old, 2 years younger, is like $135 to $150? You know what I mean? $350 less for 2 years. So that's what we're trying to find out today. Is it worth that much more? Probably not. I can't possibly see how something can be that much more expensive and that much better. The Calumet 16 is a great bottle by itself anyways. The 15 is a little bit more medicinal cherry, but we'll see if that kind of holds true today. The 16, the Calumet 16 is actually in one of these bottles for me. So I've gone through a lot of these bottles and this is the end of it. Oh, for the giveaway, which we'll talk about once we get to it, we're going to do 1-ounce samples of all of them. The 15 we could do 2-ounce sample, but whatever's left in this, you can have. But the 17 and 18 I'll do 1-ounce samples. Both of those are going to be featured in an upcoming video as well. So I do need to keep some of these a little bit longer. Okay, so we did the nose on A, so let's go to the nose on B. So B, similar nose, and I expected this, but it's darker. It's not as sweet in your face. It's the cherry. If anything, it's a little bit more oaky, but it's not as sweet on the nose as A. It's more muted. Has a little bit more nutty aspect to it. So C on the nose is more intense and a richer oak. It's definitely noses more oaky than the first two and not as sweet as A. It's more closer to B, but more rich oak. You get some peanut butter sweetness. So the peanut sweetness, peanut butter, cherry, vanilla. I love the nose on C. There's that oak note is just wonderful. All right, so let's go to D. Okay, so D is way more reserved compared to C, and it's more vanilla forward, lighter. I'm not getting those rich oak notes. I'm not getting a lot of oak actually on D at all, but definitely vanilla and cherry. But the vanilla note is very nice. Okay, nose goes to C, going back and forth real quick. So let's get into the palate on A. Okay, first sip of the day, but man, that was interesting. So cherry, oak, vanilla. I wrote peat ? Smoky. Smoky question mark. It literally came off a little bit like a peated smoky, like the best type. I know a lot of people don't like peated scotches, but like the best type of smokiness from that type of scotch. I really enjoy that. On the finish, there's more smokiness, cherry, oak, vanilla. Definitely a lot of those similar notes. But first sip of the day, we'll see if I still get that smokiness. All right, so the second sip is similar to the first one. So it's not the most complex sip. It's mainly three, well, I guess four smokiness. Cherry, oak, vanilla. But those cherry and oak notes are so good. So good. The cherry and the oak just keep coming back and forth. The vanilla provides some sweetness, but man, not most complex, but very, very delicious. One more sip. That is so good. I'm really hoping that's either the 15 or 16, just for the price point, so I can get another bottle of this, because that is good. So I wrote Red Jolly Rancher on the palate, because that cherry note definitely has some sweetness with it, and that's that Red Jolly Rancher note to me. Long finish. It still like lingers beautifully. I love A. Whatever A is, very good. Okay, let's go to B. All right, so B compared to A, it's not playing the same league. So B is more medicinal cherry, vanilla, and it's harsher. It's like A is just well-rounded, beautiful, and B's just but it's just harsher around the edges. It's hard to explain, I guess, but if you understand what I'm saying, yay. On the finish, vanilla fudge, cherry, not as long as A. Well, now I'm hoping B is one of the lower year one as well, just because it's not so expensive then. So I'm rooting for everything to be the same, I guess. Yeah, B's not my favorite. Watch this be like the 18 or the 17. Oh man. I wrote astringent. That harsh note, I don't know if it's just the oak. I don't know. Oh man. This is freaking me. I was expecting all of them to just be good at different levels of goodness, but this one's not coming off as my favorite. And you know, the cheapest one in here is 110 to 125. You know, depending on where you're getting it from. You know, the Calumet, it's the Calumet 15 is the cheapest one. It's, you know, I had to get someone to give it to me or get it for me for this review. So it's not a fresh crack. I did take 2 ounces of it like 2 weeks ago. So it's not a fresh crack, but I haven't got into it too many times. That's if that's the 15, which I'm guessing, I'm hoping this is the 15. Man, if this is 17 or 18, I might cry. A lot of cherry. The astringency and the harshness kind of went away, but still, it's nowhere near as good as A was. All right. Okay, let's go to C. Ooh, that's very marshmallowy on the nose now. I was like, I put it up to my nose. I'm like, what is this? It's very strong. Yeah, that's... The best nose got better. Well, C is delicious. I literally wrote my first note, wow. Rich oak, vanilla, cherry, marshmallow. The finish is all those notes again. It's a long finish. It's delicious. It doesn't have the smokiness as A does. What C is more like an elevated vanilla and oak pour. All right, second sip. And that lingers for days. A lot of like the vanilla, marshmallowy. Proof point's very good. It's not too spicy. It's not spicy. No new notes. It's a lot of the same. It's a lot of that rich oak and vanilla. Obviously cherry. The finish got a little bit more notes. Slight dark fruit, some cinnamon. Lasts forever. What C really has in its favor is the nose, which it's up to you how much you care about the nose. You know, it's a fractional point for me. But the finish, like the lingering, like once you swallow up to like the no more flavored mouth is delicious. The palate is very good, but I feel like the finish is the money maker on C. So good. All right, so let's go to D. So D is a vanilla bomb. That's what D is. Coming off of C, going to D, where C was just overall really, really good. D is also really good, but it's a lot of vanilla forward on the palate and on the finish. Like you get slight cherry, you get slight oak, but it's a lot of vanilla. But we'll see. First sip coming off of C, so we'll see. So D's reminding me a lot of A, where it's a lot of like the same notes: vanilla, oak, cherry. Doesn't have the smokiness. Has a little bit more proof. This actually drinks the proofiest out of the four. I don't know if it's just the proof is now building on my tongue, but it doesn't have the sweetness of like Red Jolly Rancher as an A did, but it's a lot more vanilla. Also very good. The only one I was not amazing was B. The other three were very, very good, and I'm curious on how going back and forth is going to work out, but I still have one more sip, I think, on D. Interesting. On that last sip, so I got more cinnamon, or I got some cinnamon and slight dark fruit on the palate, and more of that cinnamony Red Hots candy on the finish. So give it a little bit more complexity. They're already very good. We'll see how it goes. So I'll pause it here, and I'm gonna have some water, let these air out a little bit longer, and go back and forth and come back with some new notes and some scores. All right, I'm back, and that was wonderful because even the 15, which was the one that wasn't my favorite going through it, got a lot better. Still scored the lowest, but marshmallow and toast were the only new notes, and they were both on the palate on the 15. Let's do the giveaway. If you want to get the rest of this, 2 ounces of 15, 1 ounce of the 18, 1 ounce of the 17, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment with the hashtag Calumet. All right, so let's get into the scores. So I already said it, the 15 was in last place. I scored it a 3.75, and these have like little, I don't know if they're called batches or rack numbers. So I know some people are chasing certain rack numbers on the 15, but that's the 15 I got, and the rack number is P2616.09. So I scored a 3.75 again. So then it came down to these three, and really did come down to these three. So the fact that the 16 was comparable to other ones kind of shows you that the 16 is the best value. But I've been saying that for years, because I've loved this Calumet 16 since it came out. It was one of my favorite bottles when it came out a couple years ago. So I bought a case of it because I liked it so much. For third place, D, which is the Calumet 17-year-old, which is like a $400 bottle. And, you know, it came out in 2025 this year. It's celebrating the 100th anniversary. This is bottle 2454 of 3,000, so limited, 117 proof. Cool. It is very good. I just prefer the 16's profile a little bit more than the vanilla bomb that 17 is. So in second place was the Calumet 16, which is just a bottle, but the rack number, I guess, is W4008.09. Hopefully that's what that my handwriting says. Love the Calumet 16. So I scored the 17-year-old a 4.3, and the 16 a 4.35. So it slightly edged it out. Again, it was more of a profile preference where I liked the 16 a little bit better than the 17. And for the price, I'm very happy with that. I'll say that right now. So the winner, one of the best bourbons of the year. You know, I already compare this to the Jack Daniel's 14 year. So if you haven't seen that, you know, go check that video out, because those are basically the two bottles that are competing for bourbon of the year. And I scored this a 4.5, which I'm pretty sure I scored this a 4.5 every other time I reviewed it, or between that, maybe 4.25, in that range. But this is just a phenomenal pour. Now, for $500, will I buy a backup? Hell no. I'm very happy with the one I have. You know, this is now the third video this is in, so I've already given out 3 samples. This will be the 4th sample I give out. I am already starting to get ready to do the best of the year so far, little tournament I'm doing. This will obviously be in it. The 17 will be in it as well. So there'll be more samples coming if you don't win today and you want to try this. And obviously in the end of the year, we'll do another tournament and this will also be in that too. So plenty of opportunities to win it. So enter the giveaway if you want to try these out. Again, if you want one of my Angels Envy picks I do with a store, email me. If you want any of the logo, my logo Glen Cairns, let me know. Send me an email and I'll try to figure that stuff out. So don't do nothing stupid. And if you do, don't get caught. Bye.